And we're back with the top four, where we have a matchup which we already featured yesterday,
Yeah,
if
we
I'm
have a
not
rematch,
mistaken.
the first rematch of this
So we have
tournament.
Joshua Schmidt against Joshua Osters.
So it's again Paleozoics against Spiral Zoo. So the first match was I think 2-0 for Spiral Zoo.
With an amazing draw of Joshua Schmidt.
Yeah, he had some bad luck game two especially. So let's see if he still has some bad luck with his deck or will have now luck.
And in the other half of the bracket, we have Kantari versus Søren Becker. We have the 60 card BA there against a 60 card Metal Foe deck. And in this match, we have the 60 card Paleozoic against the 56 card Spiral Zoo. So, domination of the 56 plus card decks.
Yes, interesting to see this.
I think in the top 16 we had like really just one 40 card deck, and then it started with 41, 42, and
Yeah.
up to the endless 60 card decks. I think the players are ready,
I think they are.
so let's go down there.
It's gonna be interesting. So how this game gonna turn out today? Let's see if Osters is able to, defend his title that he won in the first match.
Well, in this particular Joshua against Joshua fair. I mean, Josh Schmidt, well, known for his YCS Prague win, but also he won YCS Madrid with Shadows. And Joshua Osters won the champion tour, the major tour stop in Bologna last year.
And got second at YCS Bochum last year as well.
Yeah, well, for Schmidt, yeah.
Yes.
Not for Osters.
Yes,
So,
for
okay.
Schmidt.
He sets 5 face down, and I
Wow.
think I saw a Denkoseka in the hand of Joshua Osters.
Yes, he's playing triple Denkoseka in the main.
And
so
there it
this
is.
This one is gonna go down, and
And
now he's gonna
Brilliant Fusion and Tanky.
I think this is game. He's directly. Wow, that was the
Okay.
fastest game one we've seen in the entire event. Wow.
Okay, so, well, we're in
We are side decking now.
40 seconds, and that's already.
That was fast. Yeah. So what can they decide now? I think.
Okay. I think we already discussed it yesterday. So
Yes.
Joshua is going
Does he play
first again.
He's playing warning. Yeah, he needs the warning for Denkoseka if he's gonna brick again like this.
Well, he did. I think he didn't even break. Like, it's just like Denkoseka on 5 face down. It's like
yes.
huge.
Yeah.
He has the Solemn Warning, a Breakthrough skill, and probably the Penguin Soldiers, which will get in on and Imperial Order, of course.
Definitely. What can Joshua Osters do? He had this interesting side deck with Venturi Beast, Xaber Palomero, Kaiko the Ghost Destroyer. Legacy of the Duelist might be spicy, and Anti-Spell Fragrance don't think that they will come, as well as Retaliating Seal. I also don't think that he will side them in.
I could actually see, if we go into a game 3, that Joshua Osters could like just side in the Legacy of the Duelist for going first, because it's basically like a mini Denkoseka.
Yeah, it's limiting Joshua's plays, so he has to exactly think what cards he wants to set, which might be most beneficial for his plays. So that was a pretty quick game, so there was nothing much to analyze there. Although we didn't see what Joshua Schmidt was setting, I presume it was multiple,
Well, I mean, we're
not spell speed free traps, or maybe ones that he cannot use, like Storm Strike on the Denkoseka.
yeah, especially as he isn't playing Solemn Warning in the main deck, so there was just like he wins the game probably if there is no Denkoseka on Joshua Oster's side,
Yeah.
because setting 5 is always a pretty good start for the Paleozoics. But yeah, well, Denko, Brilliant Fusion, Tanky,
Everything.
that's normally enough, because Joshua Schmidt, it doesn't matter what Joshua Schmidt is drawing the next turn, he can't use any spell or trap cards.
And he's
A
locked
Swap
at-
Frog itself doesn't do anything because there will be a Dryden at the end.
Yes, and,
So,
and his entire back row will be locked, so he can't do anything.
okay, so they're shuffling for game 2.
Let's hope it is not gonna be like a 2-minute match that he again opens with Denko and Joshua doesn't have any
Yeah,
warnings.
we don't hope so.
We don't hope so. We would like to have some longer match here. So let's see.
I talked yesterday with Joshua Osters after the tournament a little bit, and he told me like the wins against Joshua Schmidt are always really sacky.
I think he's gonna open now with Toad.
And
First
there's
turn.
a Maxi in the hand of Joshua Osters, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, problem is he cannot chain to swap proc because he's an inherent special summon, but he can do it on Ronin Toad.
Yeah,
So I think he's still gonna go into the Totally Awesome because he's still gonna get another frog during the standby phase.
actually curious why Joshua Schmidt decided to not like bounce the swap frog back to the hand, normal summoning it, and send another frog to graveyard.
That's a good question. Maybe he was so surprised by that Maxi.
But it shouldn't affect. I think it shouldn't affect a player like Joshua Schmidt.
Wow, he's down on 3 cards now already.
Okay, so he's probably using the check pack. Oh, he chooses to not use it.
There's a Legacy of
Okay,
the Duelist
so
in
he
his
trains it.
starting hand.
So he gets the Reckless Greed face down and special summoning it, Yup Frog.
Do we have a Denko there in his hand? I don't think so. This time
We see the Black Sheep, Rat, Whiptail, DD Crow.
Legacy of the Duelist is, of
So
course.
not that great. Like it looks alright, but nothing too great to deal with. Totally awesome.
He has to bait it somehow with something. He has a Terratop, I think, as well. Isn't this a Terratop, his first hand?
It looks like that, yeah.
So he has something to try to bait the Toad. Because he already has Red Pier in his hand as well, so he might want to... I don't know, in his extra deck, is he playing... Fluttering Freeze, what does he have there? He has Totem Bird and Invoker, he does not play the Break Sword.
So he used Breakthrough Skill on Turtle.
Okay, so he's not...
That could be huge in this game.
Yeah, he does not need to use his Toad now. So Joshua Ostos has more cards because he has drawn a little bit more of Maxi, but he can't do much with them. Too many monsters, I think.
Yeah, especially the norm. I think the problem with the deck is that you have a lot of normal summon monsters.
So I think he's using the effect of Red Bear here, because he was showing with a thing on her.
Not sure if that is correct. He do so. No, he decided to not use it.
Okay. Only targets would be like the barrage, or yeah, that's it.
So he now probably going to activate the effect to special summon with Trident, and not sure if Yasha wants to negate it. Probably not. Yeah. So you can still negate the effect of Trident to destroy.
Yeah, otherwise you would be able to chain to the Totally Awesome to get at least some value out of the Trident. So what is he gonna try out to do now?
I'm actually curious about the face-down monster of Yasha Schmidt.
I think it might be Backjack or something like that. Because this is the reason why he didn't normal summon the Swap Frog. He wanted to have a set.
I mean, yeah, it has to be the Swap Frog. Anything else wouldn't make that much sense.
Because
sorry, the Backtrack. It has to be the Backtrack. Because every other monster wouldn't make sense.
Or Penguin Soldier actually would also work here.
Indeed, yeah.
As I said, he has I think 3 in his side deck.
And he could use it next turn to bounce monsters and as well have a monster to use for his XYZ plays.
I think we're gonna find out about this card really soon, either in this turn already or next turn.
Okay, Mighty Black Sheep.
Yeah, the question is, would you negate the Fusion Substitute?
No, I think not at all. There's not really a reason to do there something. He probably just searched it that he has a card that he can set face down as bluff, in my opinion. Should make sense, in my opinion, yeah.
He still has a breakthrough skill for next turn, so Dryden is not a threat for him. For
Yeah.
Joshua.
I'm just thinking, what Joshua Ossis is trying to do. I mean, he tries to get rid of Cube Frog and Toad, or at least something, because he can't just like,
Does he have Whiptail in his hand?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's trying to equip her to banish the totally awesome.
Not sure if this play. No.
Oh, he has double. Oh, he wants to run it over and then banish it.
Well, he has to attack Cube Frog.
That's true. He has
But
to banish it. It's
Don't like that play. Because the problem is now he can still negate with Totally Awesome one Whiptail, because they're going to be chaining 1 and 2. So he can just like negate with Toad the Trident and getting it back over. And so basically he just like lost the Trident without popping any card in the
and
field.
lost double Whiptails as well.
I mean, he could have like used the effect of Trident to try to destroy Totally Awesome, which he could negate, Joshua Schmidt. Then he could attach one Whiptail from the hand to Propel to attack the Dupe Frog,
Yes.
and then he would got rid of both cards. But now,
Is he trying to do now the combo?
no, probably just like trying to make a bigger board. Yeah, so he's going to set down Few Substitute and Legacy of the Duelist with his TD Crow in hand.
So
Standby
is he
phase.
totally awesome's effect? It's gonna activate. Is he gonna go for Swap Rock now to get more aggressive? To get out the last Swap Rock to get more Ronin Totems or other frogs into the graveyard? Yeah. What is this almighty face-down monster? Is it the Penguin Soldier, or is it the Absolute King Jack?
So he decides to use Reckless
I
Creep.
think
at
then
this point.
he's so comfortable. I think it has to be a Penguin Soldier here.
It could be that he drew a Reckless Greed for turn. Okay, no, just
Yes.
traps.
Olenoidus, Lost Wind I saw in his hand.
But he is in a good spot. I mean,
Yes.
he knows the face down aren't that big of threats, because Toad already resolved to summon
So he
Swap Rock. So yeah, he overlays.
makes his own Trident
Yeah,
with Borbo in between to have another stun card on the in the field.
it looks pretty good for Joshua Schmidt. I'm thinking about possibilities, what the back row has to be for Joshua Osters to get back into this game.
No.
Yeah, there's no reason to play it longer.
That's pretty interesting. We are just 12 minutes into the game. We are already in game 3. That's
Well-
going fast.
To be honest, first game was, yeah,
Even the second game, which was pretty fast, decided to Joshua Smith's favor.
I mean, we saw now twice what the decks are capable of. Or basically, once what Tenkoseka is capable of doing,
Yeah.
and once what Paleozoic is normally doing when they open like normal.
But now we will have a different case. Now I think Joshua Schmidt started twice already, so now we will see Ostos going first. Now he will try to get full with his combo, and let's see, which field we might have in the end.
I think one of the biggest strengths of the Paleozoic deck is that it's not that big of a problem to go in second, especially against Zodiac, because you can normally just outgrind them.
Yes.
With your traps. Takes their time, but with 20 minutes left on the round,
Yeah, but as you
why
said,
not?
he still has the legacy of the duelist to a little bit slow down our Joshua Schmidt.
well, we're still talking about how many copies is he playing? 2?
Excuse me?
He's playing 2 copies, right?
Yes, he's playing 2 copies of Legacy of the Duelist in a 60-card deck.
Yes, or 56, I think. But
it's
almost, yeah,
somewhere about
exactly.
like 55.
and for the other semi-final, we don't know the exact result at the moment. Maybe we can get some information
I
there.
think they're still playing, so there's no results right now. As I can see, they are still playing
Yeah.
and shuffling.
I think we can try to get like the score in game. And as both Oshuas finished to shuffle their decks, or no, Joshua Schmidt not yet, I think we can still go back to the game.
Yes.
I mean, they know each other, so it's actually kind of friendly atmosphere, and both are also no strangers to the feature matches.
Yes, it's already like the 5th duel in this tournament. already here, and they had previous tournaments already playing against each other as well.
I mean, that's also sometimes something you have to think of, that you're actually quite nervous in. I think we talked yesterday a lot about that.
Yeah.
To being nervous, and there's no advantage for either of these players. So yeah, and we will see Joshua Osters going first in this game. Probably now a handshake. Or not. Okay.
Yes, I think he has Denko Sekka plus Brilliant Fusion in his hand.
And a barrier.
And a barrier. Okay.
It could be quite quickly be over again.
Does he want to do? Was it the Denko Sekka? If he has it, then he has like everything. Oh no, it's a red pair.
I'm pretty sure he won't summon it first turn. He will wait a turn because
board wipes.
With his hand, he should be able probably to OTK turn 2 if Joshua isn't opening like a big or like a Toad summon, which is still kind of unlikely with like 8 frogs in the deck to open Swap Frog and another one. And Joshua Osters also have to be aware of that if he's doing a lot of combo stuff, that grass looks green. Could
Retaliating Sea is coming down.
Okay, that's huge.
Let's change. It changes. What does it change now for him?
Well, he doesn't get the Trick Clown to the graveyard. He has to banish both Materials for the summon of Seraphonite. And he can't go any further with his combos because Retaliating Sea would banish like all cards.
Yeah,
so
that's true. So I think he will just load up one Trident with some Materials and pass the turn to Joshua Schmidt. So he's banishing the Trick Clown and the Garnet.
So Joshua Osters is thinking about what he wants to do. I would agree with you, like summoning Propel, detaching, summoning Propel over Borbo to search a Whiptail, then summoning Drancia should be like a good move, especially if he goes to summon Drancia in attack position. Like this, he could probably play some mind games with Joshua Schmidt that he has like 2 Whiptails in hand, so he won't crush the Retaliating Sea to the Trident.
Yes, and we just got the information that the other top 4 match is still 0-0, so there's no winner till now.
Like what we saw until now, except for this match, normally it was actually normal that after 20 minutes there was still 0-0 or
Yes.
just finished
Yeah,
game
we are
1.
pretty fast with this matchup actually, that we're already in game 3 here. So
he's going to summon Drancia. Just his question is now if he wants to summon it over the Red Pier or over the Propel.
I think the Broad Ball makes a little bit more sense because getting the Broad Ball banish is not that crucial compared to the Red Pier.
So he has the barrier which he's thinking of setting face down.
So he's destroying the Retaliating Sea now.
Okay.
So he gets the Max C, the Joshua.
Not sure if I like this play.
Depends what Joshua Smith has. If he has like really monster flooded hand with just a demise, then this Max C won't do him any good.
No, but I'm just thinking about why not letting Joshua Schmidt using his battle phase to get rid of the Retaliating Sea. So he's now thinking of if he should set down the barrier because he has Denko Zeka in hand.
Yes.
And he's probably being able to go next turn for crucial damage.
He's thinking really hard. He's going for the second normal summon of Furrow Blade here. use this effect just to discard the Whiptail to draw, I think, another barrier?
Yeah.
Having 2 barriers is usually pretty great, but yeah, having Denkoseka is sometimes much better. But I think he still wants to hold down Joshua on his next turn.
I'm also not sure if it was correct to discard like the Whiptail, especially as now Trident doesn't do anything at all there.
Yeah, but Joshua Smith does not know what Joshua also has in his hand, so he might just
Well,
try to tell him that I still have another Whiptail here in my hand.
That's true. There could be some mind games. Okay, so yes, spell.
He's normal summoning a Dupe Frog.
Okay.
Does he have a Swap Frog play in his hand, or what is he trying to do here?
Don't see it yet. So why does he summon it in attack position?
He has Demise, so... Yeah, why is he summoning it in attack position? That's a great question. He's drawing 3 traps with the warning. I think he's gonna set the warning. He just doesn't want to get...
Okay, so he wants to destroy the Seraphonite, which is alright in my opinion. To prevent Yoshostas to get any further advantage of the double normal summon.
Yeah. And as we see, the Maxi was not that great, actually. He was just discarding it now, just to not have it in his hand. The interesting thing is, as long as Joshua also has his back row, he is not... he doesn't need to normal summon the Denkoseka right now, because it won't do him any good. So the warning will be used for something else, and later you will be free to normal summon his Denkoseka into his back row, maybe. So let's see.
Now there's something interesting where I'm not
he's
sure
still
if Joshua Osters is aware of that.
Why is he normal? Why did he warning the...
that is because when Denkoseka gets normal summoned, your opponent has first the opportunity to use a counter trap. Afterwards you, and then it's actually again an open game state, so Joshua Osters could first respond on the summon. So he could use on the summon the dimensional barrier, and Joshua Schmidt wouldn't be able to
react at all.
Exactly.
So
I think
preemptive measure here.
it was exactly that what Joshua Osters tried there. Didn't work out for him.
At least he baited out the warning. So if he draws another Denko, he knows it should be safe. So what else does he have in his hand now?
I don't know, to be honest.
He has the... I think he wants to go... He goes into the defense mode with Furrow Blade. Is he smelling a Mirror Force? Okay.
He has the Whiptail in hand.
He has the Whiptail in hand. That he was bluffing before.
Okay, so using that in battle step probably to play around Mirror Force.
Yes. He wants to banish the Dupe Frog, of course, so that he does not have the Surge, as well as some resources for potential Ronin Totems. We don't know all the cards that Joshua Schmidt has set in there. So what might he try to activate here? Book of Moon would be an interesting choice if he would have it face down, which you can use it in the battle step. I think he's using Dimensional Barrier
on XYZs. Okay, makes sense, because like this Trident would just crush in, and that gets ulcers 100 damage.
He did not have any Paleozoics to chain to the barrier.
He had, but he chose to not do so. Which I think it could be because he's afraid of a board wipe in the hand of Joshua Osters.
So he's setting his other card. I think it's now 2 barriers face down.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
So he's going to use Ole Conidas, or choose to not.
He has Reckless Greed he wants to use. He has only 1 Paleozoic right now in his graveyard, yes?
Strike and another Retaliating Sea. And now I like the play, or I like the idea of Joshua Osters to not go into or
using the dimensional barrier.
Exactly. by trying to force Joshua Schmidt to go,
Into
or
the
let
battle.
him go into Nexus first, to let him think that he's safe at this point, so that maybe one of his monsters could survive.
How much defense does Furrowblade has? Like 800?
0.
Zero as well. So he might want to go the battle phase first and run both of them over.
That's not a question. I'm not sure if Joshua Schmidt knows the exactly deck of Joshua Osters, but yeah, he's going first battle phase, destroying both zoo monsters, and leaving Joshua Osters just with his 2-dimensional barriers.
He's going for totally awesome here.
Or is it a strike?
Could be. I just saw that it was some secret rare card, some secret rare trap. It
It
was
is
a
a
strike,
strike, okay.
indeed. He's gonna get back to Duproc, which he can set again because he has normal summon.
Yeah, but Joshua Osters is so far behind at this point. I can't really see a way to getting back for him. Even though Joshua Schmidt can't draw for the next 2 turns.
So does he have another Reckless Greed?
Either that or probably Marella, or at least a trap to like trigger the Engrave Marella.
No,
So he decided to not use anything.
So I think he's gonna flip up again the Duproc.
I mean,
It's gonna go for 100 damage. It's gonna be a long game when he tries to beat him down with the Duproc. It's gonna be 63 turns.
well, and in the battle phase, he's using a dimensional barrier to summoning back Marella, probably calling Fusion, Synchro, or Ritual. We don't know it. So he can go.
Probably won't matter.
Also, don't think so. So he can go into.
Another strike. Wow, he's just striking all the toads. But he's gonna get back again the Duproc, which he's gonna set again. So it's all the time the same play.
And Osters is. Yeah, he's forced to draw at some point some monsters to do something, because just with back row it
What
doesn't work out like that.
What did he draw that he couldn't use at all? So he's now summoning the Retaliating Sea now, just gonna get more damage in, Joshua Schmidt. Because Joshua Oster's already like really low on life points here.
So he's now on 2,200 life points. He probably drew a hand trap. Anything else won't make
Maybe
that
something
much
like a
sense.
DD Crow or something.
Did he draw like another hand trap?
Because
or
he is playing triple DD Crow already in the main deck.
he's probably thinking if he has to set down one of the hand traps to survive next turn. I mean, at the moment we have 1,500 attack points on the field. If we're going to take Duproc into the calculation.
Yes.
So one trap card would be already enough.
In the meanwhile, the other match is also still ongoing, so they aren't finished as well. I still haven't seen any.
He has a spell. He has a dark hole in hand,
which
which doesn't do that much, and a monster.
Yeah, the Retaliating Sea won't do that much, but the Duproc will float.
It's so hard that he has to use dark hole on that field. Pretty sure he has DD Crow in hand, so Yoshi's going to take a Swap Frog, going to send Rolling Toad on the effect. It will get DD Crowed, or maybe he's flipping his Dimensional Barrier. No, it has to be DD Crow in his hand, because Dimensional Barrier would trigger the Palazoic, which would seal the deal.
Interesting part is we haven't seen any of the spirals that he's playing in his main deck as well. Maybe he has decided them out or never drawn them.
And
so is it a DD Crow in his hand? Are we sure about
okay,
that?
so he played around Ghost Ogre, which isn't I'm not sure if it's correct to play at this point around Ghost Ogre, because Yoshi also could just have like set it face down. Then he wouldn't use like yeah, he wouldn't have to use Dark Hole on the field.
Yeah. I also don't think that Gozorg is that great in this matchup, particularly. This is Raigeki and what is the other card?
DD
It's a Crow.
it's
Yeah,
the
it's
DD
the
Crow,
DD
okay.
Crow. So he has to set the Crow now. Wow.
Okay, but now actually I'm curious if Yoshimon is going to attack the monster or not.
He's normal summoning the Swamp Frog. I think. I don't.
He used now the effect because he saw that he set down the card that he was before in his hand. And I'm not sure if he's going to attack because we talked yesterday and he was quite surprised that Thunder Monk was face down at some point.
Yeah.
And if Yoshosus is now going to use the face down barrier, if he has barrier, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure on that anymore. I mean, he didn't use it at all until now.
The problem is he will again trigger the Marella, which is in a graveyard. So this way.
But I think it's still correct to do so actually, because I would try to play with the fear of Joshua Schmidt.
So I think
that
it's now
that monster is too big.
The last Toad I think he summoned.
Yeah.
So I think now he knows that he's desperate with the set Crow, and he's triggering in the battle phase now one of his traps to get the Marella.
And that it is.
That's
so Joshua Schmidt
takes the victory. So he got his rematch and he was successful.
And he goes to the final of the Grand Open in Cologne.
Yes, and I think our opponents on the other match are still playing. I think they are in like game 2 or game 3. I think they're shuffling right now their decks.
Well, I think we're going to get this information as soon as possible. Right now, I think we're trying to get Joshua Schmidt again for a short interview. And afterwards, so stay tuned for the interview and, of course, the final of our team event that we had this weekend, where you could have signed in as a team with at least
Team Wars.
Exactly, at least 3 people, if I'm not mistaken. And we have Ordinary Card Gaming against United Gosus, and the grand final will be right after the interview, if I'm not mistaken. And afterwards, of course, like the big or grand final of the Grand Opening Cologne. So stay tuned. And we're back with the interview of Joshua Schmidt, who won our top 4 feature match. So first
Hi.
of all, congratulations.
Thanks.
You played again against Joshua Osters. What were your thoughts before the game?
It's like, I think typically the Zoo matchup is pretty favored, but I have a pretty bad matchup against Joshua just because he always sacks me. Like I've played him twice so far, and I've always lost to like ridiculous stuff. I mean, he plays well, but like it's just like, yeah, like yesterday's feature match was a little weird.
Yeah,
And then it was like game one was just like classic for
Exactly.
whenever we play something like that happens. Just like I said 5 and then I get hit by Denko Brilliant game one by like 56 cards. Okay.
it really looked.
Yeah.
First game looked like it goes in the same direction as yesterday.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts after game 1? Like not again, or just like okay?
I mean, I wasn't like salty or anything. It's like it's fine if that happens. It happens. Like, yeah. But yeah, I was like, yeah, that's classic. So I was like, I guess.
And you're now again in the final with your Paleozoic deck.
Yeah.
Like, think third big tournament in a row where you're in the final. So
Solid.
looks decent. We can see now the bracket in the back.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit more about your top 8 matchup against
Okay.
Sergio Baez.
It was Metal Foes. I lost the dice roll, which is typically it's fairly hard when you lose the dice roll. But he didn't open Baboon game one, I think.
Okay.
So his opening was still decent, but I could handle it. In game 2, he opened the Baboon, but he didn't go for the fusion sub combo. Maybe he was afraid of retaliating C, but or something like that. But he ended with he ended up pendulum summoning Rescue Rabbit, which made another Emerald, and so he had like Emerald, Invoker, Trident, and things that he pendulum summoned. And I had Grass for 25. Because I keep it in against Metal Foes. He was playing 48 cards, but when they go first, they thin so much that it's just like he had 29 cards left after turn 1. So
Yeah.
it was pretty. I didn't hit a single Ronin and I didn't hit a single Lost Wind, so it wasn't actually that good. I hit Backjack, but I had Pot, so yeah. I mean, I used Backjack. The top 3 cards were Swap Frog and 2 Solemns, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So I used Pot and just went like I think Summon Dupe, attack over Trident. He flips counter. I set a bunch. And I actually drew Max C off of Desires, and he starts the turn by detaching with Invoker. And I pitch Maxi. And I'm a little afraid that he goes for the OTK there, but he ended up not doing it. He ended up just attacking and passing, and that's where I could like come back, because I ended up getting the swap for the Dupe Frog Surge for the Swap Frog. I had a Reckless face down. I used the Backjack Engrave and randomly hit, I think, some trap, I don't know, and I don't exactly remember. So I was able to break the board, basically. Yeah.
Sounds all right. For now, in the other semi-final, we have Metal Foe against Burning Abyss.
Yeah.
What would you like to?
Burning Abyss,
final?
please. Please give me Burning Abyss. But
You think?
now that I said that, I'm probably going to lose to Burning Abyss, but yeah. No, I think Metal Foe is a hard matchup, even when going first sometimes. So I'm a little scared of it. But it also is like, it's really skill intensive also on the Metal Foe player's side. So
Yeah.
like we're going to see how that goes. It's definitely winnable for both ends. So yeah, I'm not afraid of anything or something, but like I think the BA matchup is not very hard. So I'd like to see that. Also, I'm also not sure if BA can run anything to blow me out. Like they're probably not running Denko, right? Because the deck can't really function under Denko, so can't really run Photon Cerberus. They might be running Jinzo or something, but like I can handle Jinzo. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much. We will see you again on stream afterwards for the final.
Yeah.
So take your time now, and we're going to feature now, I think, the final of the Team War. I'm not sure if they're ready or not.
Okay.
We have Ordinary Card Game against United Ghosts.
That's the finals?
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, stay tuned, and we see us later again.